Hey, welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. Hope you're having a great week. I know that mine's been pretty good so far. I guess you can't complain too much if it's on a Monday, right? Um, I have a project for you with actually two. I'm going to do something a little unusual today. I'm going to actually show you two different ones. So I want to get started. I'm going to flip the camera around. All right. So I'm using In the Grove, and I'll be using the mountains and the greenery there. And then I will be using the Sweetly Scripted. And the birds that I'm going to use are from Beside Me. My papers are 2 3/4 by 4 3/4, 3 3/4 by 5, 4 by 5 1/4, and my base is my normal 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. All right, I'm going to grab some paper, put underneath here, because I'm going to probably go over the edges here. I like to keep it from making a mess. All right, we're going to start with my greenery this time. I think I've told you before that I struggle sometimes with masculine cards or cards that aren't just flowers and hearts and that kind of thing. So when I find a set that I feel like I can make a variety of cards with that are more masculine, it just really makes me happy. All right, so I'm going to stamp the bottom first with the greenery, and you can see it doesn't quite go all the way. And then I'm filling in the bottom just by repeating the stamp without re-inking. And then my mountains, I'm going to stamp in gray granite. And when I do the great big mountains, I like to turn my block upside down so I can make sure I get a good image. And I want to get pretty close to the grass on this one. All right, and then I've kind of got some spots I want to fill in. So I'm grabbing ink just on the edges here, and I'm adding some mountains in there so that it fills up that space. And the white, I think when you do it like that, makes it look like it's snow covered, which I think is really cool. And then I thought it would be fun to add some blue birds on this one. There we go. All right, so that's my first one. The second one is pretty similar, but all right. So it's 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. There's just a couple little twists that I did differently. And since I thought they were so similar when I created them, I thought it'd be a good idea to show them to you at the same time instead of making different, doing different lives with them. Oh, I'm dropping pieces here. All right, so I'm going to start with my green again. Going to stamp it at the bottom. There we go. And like I did on that other one, I'm going to add some greenery on the sides. This time I'm going to let it look like it's snow. So I'm not going to fill that in. So it looks like there's lots of snow on the ground, mixing in with the grass and the mountains. All right. Last time I went up and to the left. This time I'm going to go up and to the right with my second mountain range. There. And I'm not going to add birds this time. So the difference is I left this open so it looks like there's lots of snow. And then there's that second mountain range. I made it just a little bit higher. And then I'm not going to add any birds on this one. All right, so those are the two main stamped pieces. On this piece here, it's 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to do Happy Birthday on one of them. Going to get ink from the Mossy Meadow. What I love about this scripted set is you have a nice variety of words, and they're just so simple to add. All right, and I need to use this block again, so I'm going to clean off Happy Birthday, and I'm going to grab the A Million Thanks. And we're going to put it on this one. Now, this is really unusual to be doing them, but I'll tell you what, if you have a design that you really like and you think you're going to maybe make a bunch of cards, I would encourage you to mass produce. Don't make one, put everything away, and get it all out again. Get your pieces out and stamp them all at the same time. You'll cut a lot of your creation time down. And that's always nice, especially when you're mass producing. All right, so for the inside, where's my other paper here? Here we go. This one I'm doing the gray granite on the inside. And I'm using a greeting from, I think I already told you. No, I guess I didn't. Hooray for surprises. I think this has a couple great greetings for birthdays. So I'm going to do the hope your birthday is wonderful. There we go. And I am going to add, let's see, my birthday one has the blue birds. So I'm going to add blue birds on the inside. And instead of putting them up in the corner, I think I'm going to put them right down there, just like that. All right, so that's for that one. And then on the inside of this one, I think I want part of the mountain range. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I think I do. All right, so I'm going to ink up just part. Yeah, that's right. Almost thought I was inking the wrong side. All right. And that's why the paper's here, because I know some of the ink's going to go off the edge. We'll just put some mountains right there. Isn't that pretty? And this is A Million Thanks, so I'm going to leave this card so that I can write the thank you in there. All right, then I'll put them together. Now there's one little difference here as well, and I want you to put in the comments which one you like the best, because I'm always curious what your favorites are. All right, so we'll grab our card base, 5.5 by 8.5. Score it. It's on the inside. You do have to watch if you're mass producing. If you do different greetings, like some are happy birthday or some are thank you, that you don't mix up your inside pieces. All right. Put this on the inside. And another thing I'm curious about that you could comment on, do you like having the white on the inside? The other one is going to have the gray granite. Ooh, couldn't think of the name. The gray granite on the inside. So, all right. The thanks is going to go right here. Ooh, I got a little extra there. And this one is going to go right there. Making sure I'm doing it right. If you don't have this set, I'm telling you, you need to get it. Absolutely loving it. There we go. So there's the Million Thanks one. Now we'll do the happy birthday. This one here, I thought it would be fun to add just a little strip. It's 1.5 by 5.5. And we're going to place it in between these two layers. So it's going to add just a little bit of variety. Sometimes just a little piece of paper will make such a difference. And if you know me, you know I like to cut these little strips like this. I cut them just a little long for the piece that they're going on, because I want to make sure They're not too short. I hate it when they're too short. You know, you have those pet peeves. Now you know one of mine. All right. See, my scissors have a dimensional on them. Gonna have to take care of that. And I think we'll pop this up too. Are you starting to get projects made for the holidays? I know we're getting closer to them all the time. It's always on my to-do list, and I always think I'm going to get a head start on them. But it seems like that doesn't happen very often. Usually running behind. All right, so I've added some dimensionals to this one. All right, I'm going to put it right over that strip. I just think it adds just a little bit to have that green underneath there. It's not real obvious, but then when we put it with this, it's going to draw your eye to it even more. I just think it's a fun little addition to this one. So as you can see, these cards are pretty similar to each other, but just a little bit variation. This one has the blue birds and the strip here with the gray. And this one I made it more, where there was more green grass down here. Whereas in comparison to this one, I made it look like there was lots of snow. Which way do you like it better? Do you like without the green added here at the bottom? Like it to look like it has a lot of snow or not as much? And do you like having the gray on the inside or the white? So there's my two cards for you to, oh, the envelopes. Let me show you what I did for envelopes. So on this one, I just did birds, and that will go with this one. And then for the other one, I did part of the mountains like I did on the inside of this one, but I'm going to mix them up and do them this way. So I hope you've enjoyed these projects today. I hope they've inspired you. And as always, I would love to see what you create. Post a picture below my sample here, my video, or send me a picture. It just really brightens my day if I know you've used my ideas to create. Hope I've got your creative juices flowing, and I'll see you next week.